Peace, my friends. What is happening? Welcome back to another yoga practice. Of course, my name is Ben, and let's go ahead and get into it. This will be a vinyasa practice today, and we'll start in tabletop. As you get into your tabletop, take a cow pose. Drop the belly, pull the heart through. Inhale. Exhale, push away, round. Inhale, drop the belly, pull through. Exhale, push away, round. Lift through the abdomen. One more. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the heart through, look up. Exhale, push away, round. Come back through center and then find your downward facing dog. Lift the hips up. Take a little extra moment here to breathe and to shift the weight around, to spread out the fingertips and just feel the tactile sensation of this posture in your body. Take about 3 breaths here. Feel the hips as the mountain peak, and feel your feet and your hands as the stable base camp, if you will. From down dog, stretch the right leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog, and then bend the knee, open the hip. Look under your right armpit. Close it off, and then ripple to step through. Right foot, top of the mat. Left knee drops down. Reach the hands up. Press the top of your left foot into the mat. Look slightly up the wall in front of you, or whatever's in front of you. Maybe you're outside. Just take your gaze up a little bit. Relax the shoulders back and down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands to the mat. Pull the hips back, half splits. Take a stretch into your right hamstrings. And from here, glide forward to warrior 3. Tuck the toes under behind you to help propel you forward. And you're in your warrior 3 balance. Stay strong in both legs. Hands could be at heart center, but you could really find any arm variation for your warrior 3. Step back for your high crescent lunge. Left foot lands behind you. Reach both hands up to the sky. Pause here. Breathe. You can always bounce around a little bit. Find yourself at home in this high crescent lunge. Even as the legs engage, we're using our breath to stay calm. Take a full breath in. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Hold your plank pose for 3. For another 2. On 1, come all the way down to the belly. As you drop all the way down, let's take a locust pose. As we take locust pose, float the chest, float the legs, reach the arms behind you. Option to bind your fingertips behind your low back. And we'll be here strengthening our back bodies for 10, 9. I know it's kind of a long time for locust pose. You can always take a break and then come back in, but we're really trying to cultivate strength, and we're trying to cultivate patience and power in this practice. So we're not rushing ourselves. We're not, rushing to the next pose and stressing ourselves out. This is a strong practice today, but we are not rushing ourselves. We're going to find strength by holding posture. So we're here for another 3. And probably something like that for another 2. And on 1, plank pose. Place the palms, tuck the toes under, rise back up. Then find downward facing dog. From down dog, left leg to the sky. 3-limbed down dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. Look to your left if it feels nice. Then close off the hips, step through. As we come to our lunge, so drop the right knee down, flip the top of the right foot to press down, and open up your heart as you lift the hands to the sky. And then breathe. Feel your right shin and right foot pressing down to create a little more space in the experience of the posture for you. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down. Pull the hips back, extend through your left leg, half splits. And we're only here for a moment. Go ahead and glide forward and tuck the back toes under to help spring you forward into your warrior 3 position. And then when you're ready, step back and we'll find ourselves at home in our high crescent lunge. We have a few breaths here. There's awareness in both legs. And just like I said in down dog, how the hands and the feet were the campground and the hips were the mountain peak. That analogy works in a lot of these poses. So the left foot is the base camp, the right foot is the base camp, and it's all cultivating the energy that lifts up through the hands as the mountain peak in our high crescent lunge. So let's take an inhale. As we exhale, hands down to the mat, step back to plank pose. From plank pose, we're here for 3. Push the ground away, feel your fingertips for 2. Chaturanga on 1. Challenge yourself, hold the chaturanga, stay strong in your form. You can always drop the knees down, but stay in it for 3. 2, plank pose on 1. Rise up to plank, and then lift the hips, downward facing dog. All right, from down dog, right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Step through for your low crescent lunge. Right foot up, drop the left knee down, top of the left foot down. Arms sweep up to the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands down. Half splits, pull the hips back. I like to use just the fingertips down. Then cruise forward, warrior 3. From warrior 3, drop it back, high crescent lunge. And then we're here in high crescent. Find your home, take a few breaths. And, we could rush through the poses, we could get right in and out of these, but the benefit and where we really cultivate strength is in our ability to hold the posture. It's easy to hold these postures for 1 breath, right? But you can start to feel, I'm sure, as I feel in my legs. It creates discipline, strength, persistence, and overall just a sense of fortitude to hold these active postures for longer. So take 1 more inhale. Exhale to the earth. Step back for plank, hold this for 3, 2, 1. Slow lower to chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Hold chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Slowly rise for 3, 2 to plank on 1. Downward facing dog, hips lift. Left leg to the sky, 3-limb dog. Step through, ripple forward, low crescent. Left foot steps, right knee drops, hands up. Feel the opening that we're creating. Inhale here. Exhale, hands down. Pull the hips back in space, create your hamstring stretch. And then crawl it forward, blossom through, warrior 3. From warrior 3, drop back, high crescent lunge, and then let's find strength in our crescent pose. There's energy rising through the fingertips. Again, it's our mountain peak, but the shoulders are calm. The legs are working hard, but the torso is relaxed enough to breathe. The core is just active enough to keep us stable, and the mind is present. Okay, last breath in. And exhale the hands down. Step back to plank and hold there for 3, 2, 1. Slow lower to chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Hold chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Slow lift to plank for 3, 2, 1. And then hips up, down dog. Right leg up, 3-limb dog. Step through, low crescent. Drop the left knee down, reach the hands up. Inhale. Exhale, half splits, hands down, hips pull back. Inhale, warrior 3, cruise forward. Stay here on the exhale. Stay here on the inhale. Step back on the exhale. Reach the arms back as you step back, and then inhale, the arms reach up. Settle into the posture. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Hold plank for 3, 2. Lower to chaturanga for 3. We're still in the lower for 2. For 1, hold chaturanga for 3. Listen to the change for 2. On 1, upward facing dog. Pull through. And then let's try this, okay? From up dog to chaturanga. So tuck the toes under, chaturanga. Back to plank, back to down dog. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, step through. Drop the knee down behind you, reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, half splits, pull the hips back. Warrior 3, inhale, glide forward. Stay here, exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, step back, reach the arms back as you do so. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, settle in. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step back to plank for 3, 2, 1. Slow lower for 3, 2, 1. Hold chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Upward facing dog. Active legs in up dog. Back to chaturanga. Tuck the toes under. Stay strong. Rise up to plank. And then back to down dog. Breathe for a moment. When you're ready, right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step through. Drop the knee down, inhale, arms up. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, cruise forward, warrior 3. Exhale, stay. Inhale, stay. Exhale, step back, arms back. Inhale, arms up. Deepen the posture. You see how we're just moving and grooving, we're finding a steady flow. And we haven't even been practicing for that long, maybe 10 minutes. So even though it feels like we might be moving slow, just think about the energy that we've created. I know I'm working up a sweat. I know I'm working hard, even though we're keeping the pace at a real nice cruisy energy, which I love. All right, let's bring the hands down, plank pose, step back. From plank, lower to chaturanga. Chaturanga to up dog. Up dog to chaturanga. Chaturanga to plank. Plank to down dog. Left leg up. Left leg steps through. Drop the right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down, pull the hips back. Hopefully this feels good. This feels so good for me right now. Shift forward to warrior 3 because my body was really tight. I didn't practice any yoga yesterday. And, not to say I do yoga every day. When you're ready, step back with your arms back. Then rise to high crescent. But I definitely feel it on days where I skip a day of doing any stretches or any really exercising at all. So I'm just letting myself rejoice in movement and just letting the movement feel good and kind of releasing the need for the practice to do anything else. Bring the hands down, step back to plank. From plank, lower chaturanga. From chaturanga to up dog. From up dog to chaturanga. Back up to plank. And then to down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step through. Low crescent, drop your knee down. Inhale up. Exhale, half splits. Inhale forward, warrior 3. Exhale, step back, high crescent. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Plank pose, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step, left leg through. Drop the knee down, arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands down for half splits. Inhale, glide forward, warrior 3. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale, step back with arms back. Inhale, blossom up higher. Stay here, exhale. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Plank pose. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last round. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, step through. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down, half splits. Inhale, ride it forward, warrior 3. Stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, last 3, last 2, you got this on one. Step back, high crescent lunge for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, this might be a doozy on one. Plank pose for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chaturanga for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, goodness gracious, 5, 4, I'm shaking for 3, 2, and 1, upward. Facing dog. To chaturanga. To plank pose. To down dog. Whew. All right, last one. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step through. Low crescent lunge, inhale. Half splits, exhale. Warrior 3. Once we get there, we're here for 10, 9, for 8, 7, another 6, last 5, last 4, another 3, just for 2, on 1. Step back, we're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. Last 2, on 1. Hands down, plank pose for 10, 9, 8, 7, another 6, last 5, another 4, last 3, last 2, on 1. Chaturanga for 10, 9, 8. Again, drop your knees if you need for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga. Plank pose. Down dog. From down dog, oh goodness, right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Step through for half pigeon. Step through for half pigeon. So right leg up. And stay upright for a little bit. Find a long spine. All right, so that was a pretty consistent movement practice of lots of effort. We still have some active postures to go, but we're going to rejoice in this moment to take a deep hip opener. Keep the spine long. Sit up into your pigeon pose. The energy of this pose is so different when we sit up versus when we fold. We're going to fold in a second. All right, so let's inhale. Exhale, walk yourself forward. Then give yourself time and space to slowly soften into what is a pretty deep stretch. Last couple breaths here. Embrace the opportunity. And start to release. Eventually we'll head to 3-limbed down dog. Stretch the right leg up and then place the right foot down. If you heard a little sound, it's just the mic pack fell out of my pocket, which is fine. All right, so left leg up and then left leg steps through for a half pigeon. Take your time getting set up. Try to keep the spine long for the first, handful of moments that we're here. Cultivate this active but calm energy. Feel grounded in your right foot behind you. And most importantly, let yourself take refuge in your breath. Because it's a crazy world out there, and the more we can breathe, the more we can find calmness and peace, even through challenging situations that we may experience. Go ahead and fold forward. Just a couple more breaths here to round out the experience. And then we'll go ahead and lift up and stretch the left leg up to the sky for a 3-limb down dog. And then return to your downward facing dog. As we get to downward facing dog, let's look forward and then either take a hop or a step, malasana squat. Feet come to the outside of the hands. If you're in your malasana, maybe you rock back and forth for a little moment. And take a crow pose, bakasana. And for crow pose, as I always say, it doesn't matter whether or not your feet actually float. What matters is that it's a weight distribution, so it's effort, right? We lift the knees onto the triceps and then we tip the weight forward and we try to get as light as we can on the feet. It truly doesn't matter if they float or not. We just try to get lighter, 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 lighter until one day, magically, your feet might float. You never know. Whenever you're ready, return to your malasana squat. And then strong in the legs, stand up all the way. All right, I'm going to give my hips some hula hoops. So hula hoop hips are a really nice way to more casually move the hips through extension. Hip extension is when we lengthen the front of the hip flexors. So maybe you do a few hula hoops in one way, few hula hoops in another way, just to make sure we're keeping the energy loose after those deep stretches that we did. All right, then from here, let's try out a dancer's pose. So let's bring the left hand to the left foot. Right, left hand to left foot, right hand to the sky, and then go for it. We're here for some time, so if you fall out, just come back in. Let everything that we've done kind of culminate up into this moment. When you're ready, go ahead and release. I don't know about you, but I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of water because I am parched. I am parched. Got to keep hydrated, we got to stay hydrated out here, y'all. Life's too short to be dehydrated. Water is life. Water, tea, whatever does it for you. Add a little fruit, add some lemon or some fruit to your water. We got to keep these bodies hydrated. All right, let's bring right hand to right foot. I digress. Dancer's pose, side number 2. Then we're here in it. Try to stay facing forward. If you feel your hips opening to the side, try to stay facing forward. And we're breathing. I just want to take this moment to say, I'm so grateful for anybody who comes through, practices with me online. This is really, I don't make money off these classes or anything. I truly just do it because it feels good to share the practice that I love with people who might not be able to come to my classes in person in North Carolina. So I think it's cool that people can do this all over the world. All right, go ahead and release. All right, we're going to do one more round on each side. But for now, maybe you just twist back and forth a few times, a few nice, easy, casual twists. Then come back to center. Let's do dancer's pose. First side, left hand, left foot. Go for it. Make sure you're breathing. I know it's potentially harder to breathe in a pose like this, but make that your priority. Let everything else follow suit. And then release. Roll the shoulders out if you want. And then last one. Last one. Dancer's pose. Side 2, let's get it. Release. All right, so we have one more balance that we're going to do. This will be a Uttita Hasta Padangustasana, so a standing leg raise. All right, so let's bring left hand. Actually, you can start by just bringing the left knee into the chest, and then we'll try to extend the leg. So the full pose is bringing your peace sign fingers to your big toe and then extending your leg out. All right, so obviously not everybody can extend their leg completely because it requires a certain amount of hamstring flexibility. So you can always keep a bend in your knees, or you can always, instead of grabbing your big toes, you can always just place your hands under your thigh, right, or support your leg in another way. And try to breathe here, and try to look out in front of you, because looking forward and up will keep your cervical spine a little bit longer. Cervical spine is just the upper spine. Open out to the side if you want. Right, and again, if you come out of the pose, if you lose it, just come back in. That's kind of just part of the journey, and it's very valuable energetically to learn how to be okay with things not going as we might perfectly plan. All right, and then come back through center and release. Goodness, wow. that is always harder than I think it's going to be. It's always a little bit humbling, but it's always rewarding as well. All right, so let's do the other side. Let's do the other side. Right leg lifts, and then it's your journey from there. Take the options that work. All that matters is that your right leg is lifting and extending. And whether you're bringing your peace sign fingers to your big toe, or your hand to your calf, or your hand under your thigh, right? Or you have a bend in your knee, or your leg is completely straight. Like, these are all just factors that depend on our physicality and also how we're feeling that day. And how we're feeling today is impacted by many things, including what we did yesterday, right? And what we ate today, and how much sleep we got, and what injuries we're going through. Right? So we give ourselves space. Open to the side if you want to open to the side. Come back through center. And release. All right, as you release, step to the top of your mat. Stretch the arms up, inhale. Forward fold, take an exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, step back to plank. Take chaturanga into upward facing dog, into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take child's pose. Drop the knees, hips lower in space. Stretch the arms out. Take a few breaths. Start to lift up. Swing both legs around in front of you. Wide-legged seated fold. Start out by folding down the middle. All right, this is obviously more of a restorative stretch, meaning there's less effort than a lot of these standing poses we've been doing, but I like to still remind myself to engage a little bit. So every once in a while, I'll kind of engage my quad muscles. I'll flex the toes back. I'll do something that just brings a little bit of energy back into my legs, just so that I'm not remaining completely passive. I can remain somewhat in control of the experience, if you will. All right, so start to sit up, and then let's create our side body stretch to the right. So start to lean over your right leg and stretch through your entire left side body as you make a rainbow. And then breathe into that. And switch sides. Form your arch with your right side body and then breathe. Come through center, and then once more, fold down the middle. Rise up. As you rise up, lay down onto your back. Prepare for bridge pose. As you lay down, bend the knees, place the feet on the ground, press down through your feet, lift through your hips, bridge pose. Lower down. As you lower down, take a reclined star pose, meaning spread your legs wide, stretch them out long, stretch your arms wide, take up as much space as you physically can. Close your eyes. Breathe into the belly. Take it all in. Take yourself in. Appreciate yourself. Have gratitude for yourself. Have gratitude for the opportunity to wake up for another day. Give yourself a minute in Shavasana here. You can either stay where you are, or you can bring the body into more of a traditional Shavasana position with your legs closer and your arms by your sides. And then just rest, close your eyes. Just let the thoughts come and go. Let yourself become one with your surroundings. Let yourself become one with all things, all beings, all realms. There is no separation. It's just a way of being. My friends, this is where I will leave you today. If you want more time in this Shavasana, take the time that you need. Or maybe you choose to proceed with another practice or with whatever is coming next on your day ahead. Whatever is coming up next for you, I'm sending you a bunch of peace, a bunch of love, a bunch of good energy, and together we can just do our little part to help spread that peaceful, compassionate, good energy throughout the world. Just making little ripple effects, making the world a tiny bit of a better place every single day, just by the way that we navigate space, the way we interact with each other, and the way that we allow ourselves to breathe before we react. My friends, until next time, it's always my honor. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope to see you soon on or off the mat. Peace.